Okay, so I remembered something today, and I think this happened when I was in the third grade because I remember my dad was around. I lost my dad in the fourth grade, or more accurately, it happened in the transitory period between third and fourth grades. So the school that I went to growing up had a program running where every last term of the year we would receive catalogs from a company based in the UK. It was called the Red House Book Club. So this book club actually would supply different things ranging from like stationery to toys to artsy crafty things into kid friendly novels and stuff. It had a lot going on, so you just have to pick what you want and what's age appropriate for you and place your order through the school, and you'd receive your order through the school also. So among the things that I ordered that year was a form of Play-Doh. So when the order came in the following year, I realized my Play-Doh wasn't holding together. It was in a form of gel. So I tried everything. I tried shaking it, I tried drying it. It just wouldn't hold, it wouldn't go. And so we went back to the specifications of this order. My mom thought maybe there was a mix-up or something of that sort. So when we went back, we discovered that I had not paid attention to the detail of this order. This gel that I received, actually the order that I made was for the gel alone. In order to get the full Play-Doh, you needed to order the gel separately, and the powders also came separately because you had to pick the color that you wanted. And when these things came in, you'd actually mix the gel together with the powder in order for it to stiffen and actually sit and become some form of Play-Doh. My mom missed that detail also when she was confirming our orders. She asked me, "What are you going to do now?" And I told her, okay, I am going to wait until the next ordering season so that I could order now the powders that I need to activate this. And she said, oh, okay, fine, that's fair enough. So somewhere along the lines, my mom came back to me and told me, you know what? I need that container. I have use for it. Empty the gel and give me the container. And I'm thinking, why would you do that? I told you, and we agreed actually, that I am going to order the powders at the end of this year and finally have the full product together. And she said, you know what, no, I need to use it for something. And mind you, this container was actually specially made and exclusive to the product. So you couldn't get a kind of container or that kind of container anywhere else apart from when you ordered this Play-Doh. And so I'm thinking, what are you going to do with the gel? You won't allow me to put it anywhere else. You won't allow me to package it somewhere or fix it into one of your cups or anything. And she said, no, we'll pour it out and we'll get you a new one. I'm like, you and dad are always talking about not wasting stuff. What happened? Like, we invested money in this and I am keeping it safe as you have always taught me. What is going on now? Of course, my mom went ahead and got the container without my consent and emptied the contents and made some form of ointment. Growing up also, my brother and I had very sensitive skin and would react to almost anything that we ate, anything that we drank, or anything that we came in contact with would also be covered up in rashes or boils or whatever. And so she found a working solution. She had mixed up different kinds of ointments and with a tad bit of calamine lotion, and she needed somewhere to keep it. And she thought the container was actually the perfect fit. And it was easy for us to access, and it was easy for us, because we were little, it would stop us from pouring extra because it had some form of nozzle that you could actually squeeze as many times just to get just enough what you need. She did that. And I'm still angry about it. And she's saying, look, it works fine. And you're able to get ointment as well. And I'm angry about it. And I'm telling her, we wasted money. And that was my container. That was my gel for my Play-Doh, which I am going to complete ordering this year. Why would you do that? And she sat me down and told me, Zanga, that gel that you ordered, who were you going to play with? And I said, it's for myself because my brother was totally uninterested in Play-Doh. My brother had his toys, his Transformers and everything, and it was all good. He was set. And my mom obviously wasn't going to sit down and Play-Doh with me, and my dad now had passed on eventually. And she told me, yeah, that was only going to work for you. But look, your cousins came home, picked up allergies, and they were able to squeeze just enough from this bottle. And we're able to keep it securely for another use or for a long time, other than when it's in other kind of containers. And I still didn't see the sense in that. I was not happy about it. But when I think about it today, actually, it makes sense. Now, where am I going with this? I'm looking at a situation where we are the container and we have invested so much time into perhaps becoming who we are, becoming what we want to be, learning the things that we want to learn, polishing up the different gifts and establishing them and just rediscovering ourselves and building ourselves to a certain stage. And then here comes God and he just says, you know what? I want to use a container, but you have to empty yourself. And that means you have to let go of your gifts, your passions, your loves, your likes, basically your whole content. Because he says, I want to empty what you have and fill you in with something else. And this is what I'm going to fill in for, because when you look at most of your passions and your skills and your talents and everything that you hold, that is only for yourself and only you will benefit from that. But I am calling you to a life where I will empty you, refill you, and everybody will access what I have put in here through you. And sometimes we look at it as a waste only to come and give your life to God and to be at the service of the people. You could be making money out of your talents. You could be making so much more for yourself. You could be doing well for yourself. But here you are, a simple container of God's product, whatever God's selling. I think every good thing has a cost, actually. It has a sacrifice. And more often than not, I think 99% of the time, the sacrifice, the cost, is the cost of yourself. And I think that's why it's called self-sacrificing, self-dying, dying to self, and self-giving. But I highly recommend, because as you're giving, you're not only, fragmenting yourself and it ends there. You're actually being refilled every now and then, and you're actually being shaped into the container that could accommodate more than actually what you had before. So I highly recommend